Hey, everybody, it's Congressman Jamie Raskin coming at you from Maryland's beautiful 8th Congressional District for my favorite time in the week. This is October 21st, and this is Local Hero, and we've got such a sensational local hero for you this week. My friend, the delegate from District 17, Jim Gilchrist, who has made plans after, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, after 17 years or 15? Let's see, wait, you started in 2007, right?
That's right. Elected in 06, 4 full terms in the Maryland State Legislature, House of Delegates.
So after 4 full terms, so it'll be 16 years, Jim has decided to move on. And we wanted to recognize him for his track record of fantastic constituent service and tremendous devotion to our quality of life, especially our environment. And Jim, when I was in the legislature, I remember serving with you, and I believe you were chair of the subcommittee on open space and agriculture and environment in E&T over on the House side, if I don't have it wrong. And you were just such a great champion of always planting more trees, expanding open space, and getting the balance right between beautiful natural Maryland and then the urbanly dense development. And so, for all of these things, you're not a showboat guy, but I wanted to make sure that we recognize you for really decades of service to the community. And so for all these reasons, you're our local hero, and we wanted to salute you and get the chance to talk to you.
Well, thank you so much, Congressman. It is a real honor. And yes, when you're in the Maryland State Legislature, you have duties assigned and you have duties assumed, and working on the Chesapeake Bay as the subcommittee chair from Natural Resources and Agriculture and on agricultural land across the state, and a term on Ways and Means when we were going through a budget crisis. It's so much has gone on, and as you know, so much goes on every year in the legislature, sometimes every day. And I'm just proud to be part of the process and working on all these important issues in Maryland.
I wanted to ask you, Jim, because I remember once in Annapolis having a conversation with you about oysters, and you were, I think, the first person who really educated me about programs for oyster replenishment, because so many people had given up on oysters, which I grew up knowing as plentiful, and also people used to call them, I think, the kidneys of the bay. They cleaned the bay out. And I know you've been very involved in that whole thing, right? And give us an update on where are we in terms of the oyster population?
My term in the legislature coincided with a real crisis in the oyster population. I mean, we have records going back to the 1880s and 90s, and literally we were taking 10 million bushels or more of oysters out of the Chesapeake Bay. And early this century, 15 years ago, it was down to 25,000 bushels one year. And oysters do have an important role in cleaning the bay. They take some of the nutrients out of the bay as the oyster shell and the oysters grow. And so we were down to 25,000 bushels. And we worked on a number of policies with the Department of Natural Resources, with the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, to improve our system of sanctuaries. And this was with the EPA's Bay program as well. We identified 5 areas for oyster sanctuaries with the EPA, and we have a number of state areas. And so we worked hard on getting that right and raising the level of awareness of the oyster crisis. Some decades ago it was rockfish, and we had to have strict rules put in on rockfish. The blue crabs have gone through a crisis. And during my time in the legislature and on the Environment and Transportation Committee, it was oysters, and we worked very hard on that to learn everything we could and to improve the system of sanctuaries and protections.
All right. Well, thank you for your great work on that. And I'm always cheered when I hear that the oyster population is rebounding, and it bodes well for the bay and for the crabs as well. Look, you were known as somebody with a dogged constituent work ethic. You're very committed to your constituents. You show up. I see you all over the place. Your dad, not everybody will know, was our county executive. And I wonder if you would talk a bit about, the commitment that you've had to being out in the community, and how that's been, a part of your life, or how it's been a drain on you, or, tell us how you think about it.
It's really one of the pleasures of the job when you're able to go, especially during the interim, and there starts to be a rhythm to the events you go to, the people you reach out to, the emails you're responding to. There starts to be a rhythm to it. Like some of the housing programs, I noticed that they have events in May, like housing for the disabled and the mentally disabled, and a lot of the community programs. And I would try to go each year and build a relationship with each of those organizations, and it really works. I think I will continue that. After my legislative work, I'll continue to do a lot of that. I feel like it's very connected to the community, and some of that we help out. We're able to help out in what we call bond bills in Annapolis. Working with the community and helping out the nonprofits to help them serve the community too.
Well, look, give us a sense of what the future holds for you. You're still a young man, and idealistic and unjaded, and what's further up the road?
I've just, looking back a little bit, I've been 28 years in county or state service, and looking forward, I want to continue to serve. I want to continue to be a help, and whether it's with the state, the county, or the municipalities, or the local neighborhood infrastructures. The speaker this year, she asked me, Speaker Adrian Jones in the Maryland House, well, if you're not running for re-election, will you still be a help to us? And I said, absolutely. I want to continue serving. Let me know how I can help. Maybe I want a little time off, but yes, I want to continue to help. I want to continue to serve, and it could lead in all sorts of directions. It's really kind of exciting.
Well, look, Jim, we honor you for your great service. The whole world is your oyster now. And so I do hope you take some time to relax and explore Maryland's beautiful byways and highways, and check it out. And we look forward to many, many more years of service from you and working with you for the betterment of our community. All
well, it's a real honor to be your local hero, Congressman. I appreciate it so much.